Hello everyone, welcome back to Playlist Pop. My name is Edward, and today I'm going to be reviewing Demi Lovato's new album, Revamped. So Revamp is a rework of old hits and their most known songs from Sorry Not Sorry to even going back to La La Land from Demi's 2008 debut studio album, Don't Forget. And in an interview Demi gave on the Zack Saint show, she said her reason for doing this was to make a new album that reflected their new sound but also stayed similar to their 2008 and 2009 era. She was also inspired by the music she would listen to as a teenager and a band named Dead Sarah, which they also collaborated on a song on Demi's last album. So since this is pretty much a greatest hits album and I do love these songs and I do have memories tied to these songs, just thought I'd give my opinion on the rock versions and we'll just go from there. So the songs that were my favorite: Cool for the Summer. I love the rock version. I think I love it more than the original. I love the production. I also like the beginning, and you also hear that production in the bridge or even parts of it where it almost sounds like a retro type of video game, which it goes to like a harder production. It's almost like, yes, this is a throwback, but you're gonna get something different out of it. Also, she did change a lyric where on the original she said don't tell your mother, where on this version she says go tell your mother. And the reason why Demi decided to change it was because in the original at that time she was not yet comfortable with her sexuality, where now she is. So it just made perfect sense just to say yes, I'm out and I'm proud. So Heart Attack, I was almost not gonna put it on my favorites because I did like it, but when it comes to the bridge, it kind of loses me for a bit, only for a few seconds. The feeling got lost in my lungs. I think it goes a bit too hard, where the original it feels like the production slows down a bit, which I think expresses the emotion of those lyrics a lot better. At least that's my opinion on that. But then when it comes to So Scared I Take Off and I Run, that's when I start to like it again, because that was like the only part that kind of lost me. So that's why I decided to just put it on my favorites, because besides that part I did enjoy the song overall. Then there's Confident, and the thing that I liked about this song is the way that they changed the production on What's Wrong with Being Confident. I can't really describe the sound, but it's almost, at least to me, like a digital wavy type of sound effect. To me, it just enhanced the experience of the rock version of this song even more. Also, that high note that she does, where the original, she already did the high note, right? But here she goes much harder on it. I think this is when you can tell that she had a great time redoing these songs. It was like she didn't limit herself. Like if it felt right at that moment, she just went for it. Sorry Not Sorry featuring Slash. So the thing that really stood out to me was the scream of "wait a minute." That was a nice touch. When I heard that, I instantly thought, okay, Demi Lovato needs to do a collaboration with Poppy. Poppy has done pop, rock, metal, like she pretty much mixes all that in her music. So I'm hoping for them to collaborate in the future. I think it would be perfect. I also think the guitar solo that we get is a nice touch leading up to the high note. Then there's Tell Me You Love Me. I love this version. The production's great. It is a lot more darker compared to the original. I also like how the production has parts of the original version, but just more rock added to it. And in an interview that Demi gave with Hits One, Demi spoke about this one probably being the most challenging one to rework, since it was a more soulful song and she had to find a way to make sure it sounded familiar with the same feeling but with a rock sound to it, which I think the producers and Demi did a great job in bringing those two worlds together. So the songs that were growers for me was Neon Lights featuring The Main. I do like the idea of making this song a collaboration, and I thought The Main sounded great on this song. I think I just need more time on this song because of nostalgia, and I'm just so used to this song being a pop dance song. Then there's Give Your Heart a Break featuring Burt McCracken, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce his name correctly. So I do like the feature. I think they sound great together, and to me this song always felt like a pop rock song already, so I think this mix just works perfectly for it. I do miss the fact that where on this version we don't hear the violins as much compared to the original, but they did still add them. It still carries what I loved about the song. It's just that I probably just need more time with it because of the original nostalgia I have with the original song, but I did enjoy it. Then there's La La Land. So I love this song. I remember hearing this. I remember watching Disney Channel and watching this in commercial break. Oh my god, the memories I have with this song. It was pretty interesting hearing this because one, Demi's grown up now singing this version, and the production is pretty much very similar to the original, because when you do hear the first two albums from Demi, they were pop rock, so there wasn't really much to change, just more update the sound. So you know where she says in the La La Land, Michelle, yeah, that I can't do it. Of course, I'm not gonna do it for you. I apologize for that. I'm no vocalist, obviously, but you know what I mean. She even goes further than what she did in the original, which I think is incredible. And I think the reason why it's not on my favorites is because I'm still tied to the original. But I do love the fact that it's pretty much the same. And that's the reason why I left it on the growers list, because the more I hear it, the more I have been liking it. Then there's Don't Forget, another one I remember watching on Disney Channel during commercial break. On this version, there's a part on here on the lyrics that I didn't realize were wrong, at least how I was singing it. Okay, so you know the part where she goes, "We were just about to fall even more in love." All this time I thought Demi sang in hev, you know, like heaven. I don't know, I just thought she sang in heaven. So I love hearing Demi's grown vocals on this track as well. I did enjoy the experience of listening to this version, and I think the more I hear it, the more I'll grow to love it. My least favorite was Skyscraper. As much as I did like to hear Demi's adult vocals on this song, it's just the production that I wasn't really too crazy for. Maybe I'll give it more listens to see if I do like it, but I don't know, I'm just not really feeling the rock version of Skyscraper. For me personally, I think the pop version, the production on the original is just better suited. So overall, it was a nice listen, and I really liked how Zach Sane said that it was present, because yes, it is nostalgic. Like, I wasn't really like, oh, I was remembering all these memories. I did have that, but it wasn't really that much. It was more like snippets. It just felt like I was just living in today's time period, and I was just living in the present. And you definitely do hear the strength that she has in her voice now. She really just knows her voice, she knows herself, and she's just in a really good place in her life right now. She's living her best life doing rock music. It's really cool seeing her do rock music, because if you were a fan since the beginning, listening to her first two albums, you would know that it was more like she was just going back to her roots, and it was like a full circle moment. She did mention that she had to cut some songs off, which I found it pretty interesting that she had to do that, because when I think of an album, I think like 12 songs, right? For the most part, the standard edition. But on this album, she decided to just put 10, but she did say that she took off Get Back, and what was the other one? Oh, Really Don't Care featuring Cher Lloyd. I don't think she got Cher Lloyd on the re-recording, because they did ask her about it, but she said, I don't know, it sounded like, I think that was the reason why they decided to just cut the song off, because I guess the way they were reworking it just didn't work out. She did say that there was a possibility that she would maybe do a deluxe version of this album, so we might hear those songs in the future, and maybe even Here We Go Again. Here we go again. Like, you know she's gonna go all out on that note. So we'll see, maybe we'll get a deluxe version. I do look forward to hearing that. I also like the fact that she gave us a rock version of these songs, because now there's more choices, right? Depending on our mood, maybe we want to hear the pop version, or maybe we want to hear the rock version. So I like how there's more choices for us depending on what we feel like listening to. But what were your thoughts on the Revamp album? Did you like it? What were your top 3 favorite songs from it? You can share it in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit like and also subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later.